Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of the Niger Development Podcast Show. With me on the show today is Miss Judica. Judith is a young Nigerian lady who is an entrepreneur, a graduate of mass communication, actually a master's degree holder in mass communication. A couple of years ago, Uchenna told me she left her job and started up the Judica brand. Uchenna is a professional shoemaker. She makes a lot of shoes, some wonderful shoes. I've bought one myself. And I think her shoes are durable and pleasant to wear. So, Uchenna, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Steve. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Yeah, Uchenna, I learned, as you told me, you left your 9-to-5 job, which wasn't that very poorly paying, and started off the Judica brand. So, it's something strange to see a lady go into shoemaking. So what was the attraction? What drove you to start doing something like shoemaking?
First off, my previous job wasn't 9-to-5. Most jobs in Nigeria are 8-to-6, and mine happened to fall under that 8-to-6, and it was a very tedious job. Even being the manager, I still didn't have time because I had to be there Monday through Saturday. So it wasn't really easy, and I can't even say I had all the money I needed to take care of my bills. So a time came, I met some guy in town who had a shoe production company, and we got talking, and I thought I could be picking up footwear from him and be selling. At that point when I met him, I wasn't ready to give up my job because I wasn't sure of what I would gain from the shoe, but I just wanted to give it a try. So he accepted to give me, when I sell, I send money and take more. And I started off that way. Sometimes I leave work, I go to some offices, drop with people I've already made contact with. Other days, I leave home early, pass through some offices, drop off the shoes, then go to work. I was practically shuttling between reaching out to some customers who I already know and then sustaining myself with the job. But after a while, I realized I was making some money from the shoes I was picking from this friend, and I thought to myself, if I could leave my job and give more time to this shoe, I think I would do better. Considering the fact that shuttling both will not give me time with what I want. So I thought to give it a try. I wasn't sure of what lays ahead of me, but I was ready to take the risk. So I gave up my job and then came up with my brand, Judica. And since then, we've been on the journey.
Well, that's brilliant. That's brilliant to hear. So, like I said, I know it's not easy. So, how has the journey been so far? Do you think it's something that's worth trying? Is this something that are you having a lot of clients? And where is your clientele? Where are your customers?
Okay. Yes, I know we are making a headway because the market is everywhere. First, I can say the internet because every business is going into digital form now. So the social media platforms, basically Facebook is where we get our customers from. Then friends and family, people I know, and of course referrals from satisfied customers. These are how we've been able to gather some customers, and then we are still pushing.
Okay, that's brilliant because I've personally seen I've seen your posts on social media. I've seen your interview, your excerpts from your WhatsApp chat with people, because I know you have clients all over the world. I see people from the UK, Europe, US, that are buying from you. So in terms of the Nigerian youth, when I started off, I spoke about the Nigerian youth who are currently unemployed and maybe sitting waiting for a government job to come, or who are currently employed and not enjoying their jobs. What kind of advice do you have for them? I mean, in terms of them starting up something for themselves.
The advice I have for the youths who think they want to start up something but don't know how to is to, first of all, believe in themselves, because everything starts within our mindset. Whatever anybody tell you, if you do not believe in yourself, if you don't think you can do it, you're not making any headway. So every average Nigerian youth should first of all believe in themselves that they can do it, and they shouldn't give room for procrastination or despair. Don't don't give room for despair, because occurrences will happen that might discourage you, but don't give up. Again, there's a need to start from within. Start with whatever you have at hand. Don't wait until you have millions before you can start up a business. Most times, it's not actually money that is the problem, it's the idea and the willingness to get started. I can speak for myself, because when I started Judica, I wasn't looking at a specific amount of money to start up. I just needed to get something started, and the willingness was what pushed me. The drive was what pushed me. And when I get started, I don't even know how I raised the money, but it was a gradual process.
Well,
Thank
that's
you.
brilliant. So what you're saying is that people don't need to have 1 million naira or 500,000. So what sort of money are you looking at? You know, if you can advise someone who wants to go into a venture, but not necessarily shoemaking or shoe production, what sort of money are we looking at here?
I mean, there's no money that is too big, actually, but if you want to start up something, first of all, you want to know your capability, if it is something you can do, because it is not everything we want to get involved with that we can do at the end of the day. Personally, I ventured into poultry farm and I failed because I didn't have any knowledge on poultry farm. So I wasted the small money I had buying the beds and getting the feeds. So first of all, we need to be sure that at least we can manage whatever venture we are getting into. So money is not the issue. We should have knowledge of whatever it is we want to get started with. And when you have the knowledge, that's the first thing before you can consider money. There is no fixed amount for any small business anybody wants to start. So I can't say exactly what amount. It all depends on what one can access.
Oh, that's brilliant. That takes me to another question. So since you started this business, you know, because you're what they call a small medium enterprise or something, SME.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
have you had any support from the government? Have you accessed any government facility in terms of loans or to support your business?
Not at all. I haven't had any support from the government. Though recently I attended a training which was facilitated by the SMEDAN. They told us that after the training, if we meet a certain requirement, we shall be assessing loan from CBN with a very minimal interest. But the truth is, the requirements are not something that is easily met. And I think they've intentionally made it that way so that not everybody will be able to access the loan. So for now, I haven't been able to get any support from the government.
So what do you think in the current setting? What do you think? What do you think you need what do you actually need to take this business to the next level? Because I see you make some interesting brand of shoes. Next time on the show, I would actually like you to come up with some of your products here and show the viewers what you do so that people can actually know what you do. So what do you think will take you to the next level?
Right now, I need a bigger workshop where we can set up properly, set up some machines, and even take up some people who might want to be trained, because for some time now, we have people hitting on us and asking us if we train people. And yes, we can train people, but we don't have the facilities. We don't have the spacious workshop. and we don't have other necessary equipment that will help us train people that are interested in learning. So for now, I can say that I need space. Our current workshop is not spacious, so I will need space, and then we need some more equipment.
So, given that this business has grown to this level, and I think you still want to continue growing. So, do you have any plans of like extending this your knowledge, or sharing this knowledge with people by the way of conducting trainings? Because one thing I've noticed with many people that I've spoken to, there was a post I made on Facebook, just some time ago, just to gauge some understanding of how the youth, what they think are the problems, why they haven't reached their potentials. I haven't reached my potentials anyway. But many people were telling me lack of finance and lack of support. But you find out that this person doesn't even have anything, any vision or anything that the person plans to do. So do you think that in order to help our youth, help solve youth unemployment in Nigeria, which we think is one of the highest in Africa, do you think that Judica can help in training one or two people to get started on doing stuff like this?
Sure, why not? I was trained by someone, and then that's why I'm where I am today. So I would gladly train people when we are able to expand, get a spacious workshop, and get the necessary equipment that will enable us to train people. Why not? Because people have been asking and indicating interest to learn, and we are really eager to start training because Judica can make all the footwears, remember?
Yeah.
So we will be glad to carry other people along when we are able to set up a new workshop with the necessary equipment required. So why not?
Oh, that's brilliant. That's nice to hear. So again, Nigerian youth, you could reach out to this wonderful young lady, and see how you can work with her if you need to start, or if you need advice on how to start something like that. You could share with her. Try. I think she's willing to share with you her experience, and you can tap in from there. So another question I wanted to ask is, now that this business, you've taken it this far, is now a brand, as I can see on your shirt, Judica brand, and
Yeah.
and I know you came up with some. I know you have some samples there. Can you share this with our viewers so that they can see quickly? Share this with our viewers so that they can see your
Oh,
samples.
yes. We have some pairs we've made for our customers. This is a dark blue male design. This is another blue design. I have another brown, still male design.
That's beautiful.
Then I just have one female design here with me. Very sleeky. You can see, very sleek. So these are for our customers who are here to deliver them.
Okay.
Thank you.
So now that you've taken this business to this direction, what is it that's now holding you from achieving your full potential for this business? Is it financing, or what was it that's holding you from achieving your full potential for Judica?
Before the lockdown, we had plans, and the lockdown has really affected our plans. But regardless, we are still on it because I will be needing some money. I'm making plans to raise some money, which will enable me secure a better space at a good spot, and then get some more necessary equipment. A few months ago, we actually got some necessary machines because we're taking it one at a time. We're getting it one at a time. We got some, but we've not fixed them because we will need to get a good location where we will have our workshop. Then we can set up our machines and get more with time, depending on availability of resources. So basically, money is what we need now to expand.
Okay, that's brilliant. So, I hope you've have you tried to reach out to some Nigerians or banks or people that can invest into your business?
Yes, I've had a few persons contact me having interest to invest in my business, but it wasn't something I wanted to do in a rush. I needed to be sure of what I'm doing before I get people to invest in my business. Maybe talk to a business lawyer. And yes, as for accessing loan from the bank, I am working with the current loan by CBN, although the requirements are not the ones that could be easily met, but I am very hopeful that either way, I will get something. I'm very hopeful.
So where do you see where do you see Judica in the next 5 years?
Zika in the next 5 years will be a household name.
Oh, brilliant.
Everybody will know Judica, at least within Nigeria and Africa. Even though we already have our customers in America, London, Dubai, but I am targeting Africa. Then from there, we go over to the world.
Oh, that's brilliant to hear. So just honestly, it's been wonderful, speaking to you, sharing your dream, and some of the things I've picked up from here, because the aim of this program is to help develop Nigeria in our own little way. And I'm happy you showed the willingness to come on the show. Thank you so much for that, for accepting to come. And again, for our young people to know that the government sitting down waiting for the government to give you jobs or for the next white collar job is not always the best. You could always look at your environment and think about that thing you can do. So I've picked up a couple of things from our discussion here. Number one is that as a youth, you must have that drive, you must have that passion, you must have that willingness to take risk, because business is a risk. And Judica has told us here that it's not all been rosy, it's been full of ups and downs, but she had that determination, that grit to continue. And you've also told us that for you to start something, even if you don't know about it, you need to have some knowledge about what you want to start, and you must, especially if you have the interest, that you need to go in there and start learning about that thing and do something about it. And you also told me that the best place to start off with is your surroundings. Look at your surroundings. There could be people that could buy from you, and most importantly, you gave us a warning that it's not going to be an easy journey. When people start things that they get frustrated that it's not working the way they want, you've told me that perseverance is one of the things that has sustained Judica to where it is now. And you also told me, which is one of the most, and if you haven't taken anything from this show, take this, that you must satisfy your customers. You must satisfy your customers, and your customers again will now market your products for you. So, Judica, just to get back to something in terms of this, what do you think are the most important things that have helped your business grow? I mean, what has made it that you're now having more and more customers? What have you done to ensure that your customers, that your customer base is growing?
There are a whole lot of requirements to sustain one's business, one of which has kept me going is quality. What people see is what they get.
Okay.
You don't have them request for this and then at the end of the day they get something different. The regular social media, what I ordered for versus what I got, you can't find Judica on that. Okay. Secondly, customer relationship. I try as much as possible to follow up on my customers and be sure they get what we sent across and then the fittings, because most of the time this is like an online, it's not like they get to fit them and all that. We have to make based on information they give us, then we send it across to them. So most of the time I follow up, ensure that it fits them.
Customer feedback.
Yeah, that's customer feedback. I follow up to get a feedback from my customers and see if there is any way we can improve. Again, there have even been a time I had to refund.
Okay.
I have had a case where I had to refund. In other cases, they have to return it for replacement.
Okay.
I think there was also a pay customer that I think we had to split the money. There's always a way out, provided I keep my customers happy, because I want to stay in business. So it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
consistency. Consistency is what has kept me going.
Okay.
It's not always rosy, but waking up every morning to continue from where I stopped the previous day, it's like a target. So consistency is also important. And then we are prompt, very prompt in delivery. We don't stay beyond the time we give our customer, except anything comes up. And in any case, we reach out to our customer and keep them on to know. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I think we can continue keeping you. You're a very busy woman. Thank you so much, Judica, for accepting to come again, like I've already said. So thank you. I picked up another thing. The customer is the king. You must satisfy your customer. The first rule of customer service is the customer is never wrong. The second rule is read the first rule. So thank you so much, wonderful people, for listening to us. Thank you, Judica, again for coming around.
Exactly.
It's been a pleasure having you. And guys, patronize the Judica brand. She's one of our own, and she'll give you what you want. Thank you so much. Till next time. Bye.